Hi, this is Ramya, and I'm currently located in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm currently working in HCA and as a QA analyst, senior QA analyst. I'm a contractor with Civico and full time with, sorry, I'm working for the client HCA. So the current location is in Franklin, Tennessee. Sorry, I have cold and cough. Because of that, my voice might interrupt. So, coming to the question, my last position, I'm currently working with HCA, as mentioned in the earlier question. So here I'm in ATS onboarding project and GHR project. These in both the projects, I'm handling the QA part. So as part of ATS onboarding project, it's an entire application onboarding and screening of a candidate for a particular role. So the whole process is being tested in the Infor product. So the product is Infor where we are testing. So I have handled different requirements like supporting documentation and integration requirements like pre-check, telemetry, Infor. So I work with those vendors also to for the smooth flow, how the API is exchanging the information, all that I have handled as part of my role. And coming to the tools I've used HPALM for components writing and for testing purposes and test plan. I've written scenarios, parts in the test plan, and I've executed in the test lab. And I have tracked defects in the ALM itself. And we have this defect reporting. Every week we have requirement reporting and defect reporting we do, where every week we send out the reports and discuss the same, uh, like outstanding defect statuses with the developers and communicate further to resolve the defects. So, in specific to tools, HPLM and another is HPUFT. For instance, ATS onboarding is the manual part of testing is has come to an end, and now we are preparing for regression testing. Like what can be scripted in HPUAT, HPUFT, and what cannot be cannot be part of regression testing, which cannot be scripted. All those planning is going on. We are like initial stages of writing the scripts. We'll be executing this regression testing in Jan Feb. That's the plan. So after that, I'll be moved to GHR project. So the main tools used are HPALM and HPUFT currently. So the risk analysis testing, it would be like for each and every requirement, there will be a percentage of risk involved, like what can be tested, what cannot be tested. Even if it is tested, few points will be there which can't be reached through testing, and there will be regression issues where you after testing also few things might not work due to the new packages, new um, things. So the risk is always involved, and that has to be analyzed as a tester. The question is, what is driven development? So in the development process itself, the testing will be given an importance. So the life cycle is planned in such a way that while developing itself, the testing will be done. Consider it as unit testing or a kind of smoke testing. Like uh, unit testing usually done by developers, smoke testing by tester. But in specific test-driven development is where the development includes the testing process also. That's what the test-driven development So there are many ways to raise a defect and to retest it. But currently, the process at HC, what we are doing is I'll explain that once we start executing the parts or scenarios. Once the defect is found, the defect will be raised in ALM itself, and all the component details, all the comments, description involved, in which scenario is that, what all inputs we have given for, uh, what all inputs are required to reach the defect part. Everything is mentioned in the description of the defect, and then it will be assigned to the concerned developer. Once it is marked as fixed, the same will be retested with the same inputs. It's a very short span of time to explain the defect process. Given a chance, I would explain more. In the process of defect management, we have defect triage meetings here in HCA. So where we discuss about defects and about solutions and how we are handling the defects in different ways. What kind of defects are uh, frequently frequently raising. All those will be discussed in defect trials meetings. In specific, I'll tell about solution, process, kind of defects noticed, and how they are handling it. So all these are discussed in defect triage meeting. I would say the process is what defect triage is. So given a chance, I would explain more. All these questions are like, has more content, but the time given is very less. Managing the requirements in a project and changes in the requirements is a common thing as a QA I've seen in all my experience I've seen. It's a common thing because the developer goes and develops it. He'll miss few things or which are not compatible. That will not be there. Then we raise a defect, and the BA, it will be communicated to the BA and developer. The developer will have an explanation where it can't be done in a developer perspective. Then the BA will go and change the requirements, and we have to change the scripts accordingly to retest it, and go according to the flow. So it's a very common thing, and it has to be managed. It's a common thing. A QA should manage every day or in every requirement. Is that what my